If you're here, you probably know the struggle of playing solos in Fortnite. No random teammates messing things up, but also no one to blame when things go wrong. That's why I'm here to help you become a solo playing legend. Whether it's choosing the perfect landing spot, mastering your builds, or keeping your cool when things get sweaty, I've got you covered. So let's dive right in and make sure you're the only one holding that Victory Royale sign at the end of the match. First, the importance of your drop spot. The first thing you need to get right is your drop spot. It might seem small, but where you land can make or break your game. Picking a spot that has decent loot, few players, and good mobility options is key to a good game. The outer edges of the map are generally safer and allow you to loot and farm mats without being contested. Good example include lesser visited areas with chests and resources. And if you're feeling confident, hot drops in the middle of the map can provide quick action and excellent loot. But remember, the more crowded the area, the higher the risk. Before you land, decide whether you're going for an aggressive start or a slower strategic buildup. Hot dropping with no plan often leads to quick eliminations, so approach it with a strategy in mind. Alright, next part is efficient looting and prioritize like a pro. Once you've landed, it's time to loot. This phase determines how well prepared you'll be for early and mid-game fights. Always aim for a balanced inventory. A shotgun is essential for close-range combat, while an AR or SMG handles mid-range engagements. Healing items like minis or the little water sprites are a non-negotiable for Fortnite. And mobility items such as shockwaves, grenades, or Oni mask can help you rotate quickly or escaping danger when you are getting cooked. And avoid overloading your inventory with unnecessary items. For example, carrying too many niche weapons can leave you vulnerable, means too many weapons of the same thing, and stick to versatile and reliable loadouts. Swapping out lower tier items as you find upgrades, and pay attention to the weapon rarity system. An upgrade can be the difference between you beating someone and you losing because of the damage difference. Also, make sure to choose a pro that you like their loadout or how they play, and to copy their loadout because that's one of the best ways to get the best loadout for you to start out. Alright, the next thing is mastering the build meta. Building is the backbone of Fortnite gameplay, especially in solos. If you're not comfortable with building, you'll struggle against more experienced players and especially pros. So let's start with the basics. Practice ramp rushes to attack your opponents, box building to protect yourself when you get damaged, and editing techniques for quick counter attacks so you can get some extra damage on your opponents when they don't know about it. And you'll want to spend a lot of time in creative mode on your skills until these actions become second nature. I'm not even a pro, but most of these things are already second nature to me because I do them so damn much. Alright, and high ground is a major advantage. Players with high ground dictate the pace of fights and have way better visibility of their opponents. So learn special techniques like no jumping 90s or regular 90s and retakes to maintain or reclaim high ground during engagements. Also, remember to be different, use different techniques because that will make you unpredictable and people will be way scareder to fight you. Additionally, make sure your material management is on point. It's great for quick cover, while brick and metal are better for sustained defense. Also, in endgame, you'll want to use wood for rotating and brick and metal to stop and build up a box. All right, next thing is situational awareness and game sense. Now, this is one of the most important things of Fortnite in general. So, being aware of your surroundings is critical in solos. Listen for audio cues such as footsteps, gliders, or nearby gunfire. Visual sound effects if needed. They can help pinpoint enemy locations even in chaotic situations, especially in like endgames and stuff. You can know how close your opponents are, if they're above you, to the side of you, or below you. Then always be scanning your surroundings and planning your next move. Never get caught out in the open, like I said this in the last video. If you get caught out in the open in solos, you'll most likely get cooked and you'll probably get third party at some point. Also, don't rotate through the center of the map. That pisses me off when you guys do that. And always keep track of the storm's location and plan your rotations accordingly, like I just said. Avoid last minute dashes to rotate, as these often leave you exposed and out in the open once again. Instead, rotate early and use natural cover or builds to stay safe. If someone has already built builds a way to get to zone, use those builds instead of using your own to get to zone, but be careful because they might be just camping those. And if you encounter another player during your rotation, decide whether to engage or avoid the fight based off of your positioning, resources, and how much damage or how far the zone is moving. All right, now we're gonna get into the art of third-party engagements, which you all hate and love at the same time. Third-partying is a powerful strategy in solos. When you hear gunfire, approach the fight cautiously and look for opponents to eliminate weakened opponents. Also, make sure that you don't get third-partied while third-partying, because that is one of the most annoying things, and it can also cook your game. So watch not only on the two people fighting, the people around them fighting. And position yourself to clean up without becoming an easy target for other players. After finishing a fight, heal immediately and relocate to avoid being third-party yourself. So you want to move around the map after killing someone so that people can't go directly to your gunfire and fight you once again. And honestly, timing is everything. Rushing in too soon might result in getting caught in the crossfire, while waiting too long might leave you with fewer opportunities. Practice finding the perfect balance between aggression and caution. Also, I like to play pretty passive aggressive, and so do a lot of pros, so make sure you guys know when and how to fight these situations. All right, next thing is utilizing audio cues. We went a little bit over this, but here's some more in depth on it. Fortnite audio system is actually the best, and it is a game changer when used effectively. Invest in a quality headset to maximize your ability to locate your opponents. If you can't, just try and listen as best as possible. Listen for subtle sounds like chest vibrations, glider deployment limits or reloading weapons, this can be the difference that sets regular people apart from the pros. And audio cues often provide vital information about enemy movements and intentions. Like if you're on someone's wall and you can hear them hitting shields, or if you hear them reloading their weapon, you can push in and catch them off guard because they're in the middle of doing something. All right, and don't forget to enable visual sound effects in the setting menu. This feature supplements your auditory awareness and can make a significant difference in clutch moments. Combine audio and visual cues for an unparalleled understanding of your environment. A lot of pros have played thousands of hours on this game, and you'll look at every other game that has audio cues like Rainbow Six Siege and many others, and you'll see that they use their audio cues and visual effects to know when and where the opponent's coming from and how to counter it. All right, next thing is positioning and rotations. Positioning is everything in Fortnite solos. Like I've said before, the high ground offers significant advantages, especially in endgame scenarios, and including better sightlines and easier defense, especially in endgames. All right, the next thing is endgame tactics. Endgame is where the pressure reaches its peak, and I know a lot of you have been commenting on how to fight these out, so I'm just gonna go a little bit into this right now, but in a later video that I'll be posting sometime in the next week, we'll go into full depth on endgames and stuff like that. So as the safe zone shrinks, players tend to play more defensively or super aggressively, boxing up and waiting for opportunities. This is the time to stay calm and focused. Analyze your surroundings once again, identify potential threats like the people that are super aggressive, and plan your movements carefully. That can be the life or death for you, and it can be the deciding factor in your ranked or tournament. And if you have the high ground, maintain it. Use controlled builds to stay safe while pressuring opponents below. If you're on low ground, look for opportunities to break into someone else's build or move into a safer zone. The key is to adapt quickly to change circumstances and make the most of your resources. Especially in endgame, resources are very valuable, so make sure you conserve as much as possible while also staying as safe as possible. All right, next thing is mental game. Stay cool under pressure. I made a whole video on how to stay calm in every situation, so if you guys want to go watch that after this video, make sure to go click on my channel and click on the video how to stay calm in every situation. All right, matches can be mentally taxing. Frustration is natural when things don't go your way, but staying is essential. If you find yourself getting tilted, take a break, step away from the game, relax, and come back with a clear head, like I've said in every past video. Remember, every match is a learning experience. Analyze what went wrong and think about how you can improve, whether it's a poor positioning or a hasty decision. There's always something to take away from each game. The more you learn, the better you'll become. I also just made my video yesterday about how to review VODs and look at pro gameplay so you don't make the same mistakes again. All right, the next thing is know when to push and when to disengage. One of the biggest mistakes solo players make is being too aggressive or too passive at the wrong moments. Knowing when to push a fight and when to back off is critical to surviving until the final zones and endgame. A good push happens when you have an advantage, whether that's better positioning, more health, or catching your opponent off guard. Always assess the situation. Do you have enough materials? Are you stocked on ammo and healing items? Can you safely eliminate them without exposing yourself to third parties? On the flip side, don't hesitate to disengage if a fight isn't in your favor. It's easy to let pride take over and try to force a win, but this often results in an early elimination. Instead, use mobility items, natural cover, or creative edits to escape the situation and reset. For example, if you're low on health and your opponent keeps pressuring you, don't keep defending in the same spot, rotate another part of the map where you can safely heal and gather resources. Keep in mind that some fights are unavoidable, especially in the mid to late game. The key is balancing aggression with smart decision making. Every time you engage or disengage, think about the long-term impact it will have on your chances of making it to the win. Alright, and mastering solo play in Fortnite takes time, patience, and practice. By focusing on smart drops, efficient looting, strong building skills, and strategic gameplay, you'll set yourself up for consistent success like many pros. And don't forget to enjoy the process. It's a game after all. Whether you're aiming for your first victory royale in a tournament or ranked, or looking to dominate the competition in tournaments or ranked, these tips will help you level up your solo game. Also, I have multiple videos on my channel about how to get better at every single aspect of Fortnite, so make sure to go watch some of those. And if this guy helped you or gave you some new insights, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your favorite solo moments in the comments below. Let's keep growing and improving together. Until next time, good luck, have fun. I love you all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.